Hello and hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited because this seems interesting. Tom Hanks on the German Autobahn, and he's on David Letterman, and I love David Letterman. I don't know if you guys even know David Letterman. Legendary late night TV host. So I guess Tom Hanks is talking about the German Autobahn. Obviously kind of an old clip. It's got a lot of views. That's the thing. It seems like, what is this even about? But it's got 7 million views. So let's see.
Tom, I'm guilty.
My ears just got blown out, guys. They're gone.
Tell me about you were in
Holy crap.
Germany, and I was wondering if you were over there working on a film.
I was working on a film called Cloud Atlas with Halle Berry and a bunch of other people. Cloud Atlas.
What a lovely title. What's the film about?
It's very difficult to explain. It's about the Wachowskis and Tom Tickford directed. It'll be out in a year and a half, Dave. I'll be back to chat it up.
What was the source material?
It's oddly enough, it's a book called Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas, yeah. But about a
It's about
pilot?
A bunch of people together and all over time and how we are all but what is an ocean but a multitude of drops.
Should I skip to the Autobahn part? All right, maybe this is it.
When in doubt, Scott. Have you ever been to Germany, Dave?
Been to Germany a couple of times.
Germany's a great place. I fell in love with Germany.
What did you do there? Where were you, and what did you do?
I was in Berlin. I was in Dresden. I had the thing, and I did not drive because I didn't know how to get to the studio. So I had Racer X. My driver drove me every day.
Racer X.
Racer X.
Yes, it was the best way to describe who he was. He was
Standard German taxi driver.
A German driver.
Yes, and he drove me. And the thing, he explained to me the deal about driving without any speed limit in Germany.
Oh, on the Autobahn.
On the Autobahn.
Yep.
We were driving to and from Dresden from the hotel, and I said, "Why are you driving so slowly? In this area, you must drive 80 kilometers an hour."
Oh.
Because there was a little sign 80 with a circle on it. But when you go past the sign that says
Look at that. He knows his stuff.
120 with a line through it, the gloves are off, baby.
Wait.
Circle on it. But when you go past the sign that says 120 with a line,
I'm slightly confused because I thought it was a circle with just line. Why would it say 120 with a line through it? Oh, look, there's a topic about this. They say, I know this sign means unlimited speed, but what if there's a 120 in it? If there's a 120 in it, only that limitation is lifted. For instance, if there was previously a limitation to 120 and a ban on overtaking, you are still not allowed to overtake. Oh, interesting. So this sign actually means it's lifting whatever's behind it. And in this case, it's like a universal lift. No more speed limits or other limits. Wow. Okay. Now I know. Tom Hanks is actually under the wrong impression, slightly wrong impression, right? But close enough.
there's 120 with a line through it. The gloves are off, baby. You can drive.
I can only imagine how many letters from Germans he got after this comment correcting him.
You can drive.
Really?
Government is off your back in Germany, and you can drive. The man says drive as fast as you want.
It's funny that in this instance, the government's off your back.
Is that right?
And I said, okay, we got to drive back to Berlin. I want you to unwind this VW. By the way, I don't know what kind of cars they are. They're all Volkswagens. Kidding.
Now he just got a lot more letters.
And
do I show them?
They might say, well, not yet.
Okay.
Listen,
Oh man, I can only imagine the letters. He might have even been threatened after that comment.
sweat these bits, Dave.
You're fine.
Don't pull these out, man.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Listen, wagons
Kidding. Do I show them?
They might say, well, not yet.
Okay.
Listen, I sweat these bits, Dave.
You're fine.
Don't pull these out, man.
Yeah. Well, you know
Gonna play a game.
Those five other guys who just do the show. Yours, I lose sleep over,
Oh, well,
Dave.
I appreciate that.
I've been working on these bits
I
since
got
Halloween, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
So driving back, I said, from Dresden to Berlin, drive as fast as you possibly can. And man, he did. The highways in Germany
Music to a German's ears.
are as straight and
Say no more. I can't even freaking imagine.
flat as airport runways. And I don't know how fast we went, but I think in the conversion, how do you convert it, Dave? Paul?
You just convert it as best you can.
You multiply it by
100 kilometers is 60 miles
Okay,
an hour.
we were going like 120, 130, which I think is 700 miles per hour. And we went, we made it from
That's what it would feel like.
Dresden to Berlin in about 17 minutes. It was
Whoa.
the most exciting, but here,
You were definitely going more than 120.
here's the deal. The cheeks were pushing back like that. Slow down, Racer X, slow down! He actually did stop at one point because he had to pee. But we still made it
And
like
this was all in a Volkswagen.
Well, they're all Volkswagen.
Do I go to the
Not
thing?
yet,
Okay.
Dave. Dave,
I don't know.
will you read these cards
I'm
before
sorry.
I come
I'm
on the
sorry.
show?
I've been busy.
Later on, I drove that car.
But you don't want to see it now.
No, I'll show it now.
Now?
Well, if we got time before you go to one of your sad sack commercials.
It might be a commercial for one of your films.
Oh, let's watch it.
We'll be right back with Tom Hanks, everybody.
I wanted to see how fast I could possibly drive, so I called up the folks at VW, which is the only car company in Germany. There are no other cars except VWs. Even if they say Ford and Range Rover, they're actually VWs inside.
VMWs.
So I said, can I test drive a car? They said, oh, yes, we have a car. We'd love you. And they gave me this, I love camper vans, and they gave me this VW camper van. It's called the California. I said, this is great. And they said, oh, I'm glad you like it. It's not for sale in America.
I know you did this with your own.
Yeah,
old,
yeah. I did. I have another old one. And
Yeah.
my old van has a, literally it's a bus.
Yeah,
it's
bus
like this.
wheel.
These new ones, Dave, that steering wheel is like this. You can
Right.
shape it like that. And it drives like a fruit bat out of hell. This thing.
But they can't, there's no speed, is there, with these things?
The torque, Dave, the torque, as it was explained to me, means that you can get that bad boy up to easily 130, 140 kilometers an hour, which I did.
Oh, my God.
It was fantastic.
Were you scared?
I was.
I like how that's not even like fast to Germans. I know that some of you are thinking that right now, like 130.
I was not. The only time I got scared, Racer X was scared the entire time. Because he also had to translate the German
You should be scared if you're driving with an American on the Autobahn. You should probably be scared.
GPS, which always sounded like, which meant, veer left in 2 kilometers. And then you're on for a while, which is like turn right at Poland. It was like literally like that. And the two folks who worked for me, they were petrified in the back. But I loved it, and the only time I got scared was no matter how fast you're driving in Germany, someone is driving faster than you.
That's right.
And you cannot linger in that left lane. If you do, they will. They'll
A lot of light flashing.
They'll pull your passport,
Yeah,
Dave. So you got to get back over. And when another car passes you, when you are driving as fast as physics allowed, it does not pass you like it doesn't. It passes you like this. No.
Yeah, that's right.
And a blur goes
right.
past you.
And you could be sucked into their...
I mean, that car,
Yeah.
go like that.
Yeah,
And
the
sometimes it's a red blur, sometimes it's a white, but it goes past you like that. It's kind of like Romeo. But I had a fabulous day. We drove from Berlin to Eisenhüttenstadt, of course.
Eisenhüttenstadt.
Which
This
was it was my destination.
I don't know what that is.
Eisenhüttenstadt is
Is that an actual place?
it is a model city built by the communists in 1953 to show people the great and wonderful life that socialism would give them right up until the entire system went to crap.
Right.
It just sounds like every German, part of a word put together.
Actually an amazing architectural place where it's a place where they're trying to rebuild it so that young and old people. Fascinating place. I loved going there.
A lot of cement.
A lot of cement.
Yep.
A lot of building complex number 1, and then we saw complex number 2. Then we walked over to complex number 3, and then guess where we went after that, Dave?
Going out on a limb here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Boom.
Yeah.
We saw complex number 4.
Now do I show the picture?
Well, now you can show this picture.
Okay.
Now, in the old days, back in the day, when it was still called Stalinstadt, no lie, Eisenhüttenstadt looked like this. None of the buildings had paint. They all looked like this. And this is to prove that that's
cement.
me taking a picture, and this is what they looked like back then.
He took the first selfie.
And isn't that amazing, Dave?
You know, I didn't know. I thought that was Racer X.
No, Racer X. Racer X was in the car. I got a great walking tour from a guy who didn't speak a lot of English, but he says, "How long do you have for your tour?" And I said, "Well, here's the bad news. I have a bit of a cold and I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I got about an hour and a half." And he looked at me like this. "Well, this is not enough time to see Eisenhüttenstadt." But no, he was very nice.
Is there ever enough time to see Eisenhüttenstadt?
This picture is like from 1962, and that was essentially
To me, his German impression is fantastic.
the socialist store where you would go and buy your orange at Christmas time and your pair of socks from Vietnam in the spring. That would be all they had. But look, this is actually what it must have looked like. No cars, no people, no nothing, just a dearth of everything. But
what does it mean? What does it mean, Eisenhüttenstadt?
Eisenhüttenstadt means Iron Hut City, or Ironwork City, because they built it for all the people who worked in the iron mill that's down there.
And this was to be the pride of the communist bloc country.
You would live there, you would work there, you would dance at Komsomol dances, you would shop and get your oranges and socks once a year, and you would love living.
It's like that at Disney World. Remember when they had that community of Epcot, and then they had that Jubilee where you could actually buy a house
there. And people still live there, and it's actually a gorgeous place. Now, this was crazy. This was a sign that was in Eisenhüttenstadt, I believe.
What the fuck does that mean?
I believe that's complex number 3, 1, 2, 3. And we spent about 20 minutes trying to figure out what the hell this sign is.
Wait, are those part of the sign?
I do not know.
This is just a full-blown picture. This just looks like a picture that a 2-year-old drew.
Because I'll tell you something. There's
of the whole world.
not a single house in Eisenhüttenstadt that looks like that.
Right.
And there are no cars that look like that.
This person has been thrown out of a moving car.
I think so, yeah. That might be.
I don't know. That's Racer X.
We tried to. I think we said what this sign actually means in an odd communist kind of way is no dogs allowed. Because there's not a dog in that.
That's the only thing not there.
Here's what you're allowed to have. You can have a mad child, you can have the child in a car, and you can have a house, but you can have no other thing.
No, nothing else. So, and all of this just ahead.
That's actually funny.
3.2 meters. Meters? I don't know what that means.
Good.
Miles.
I think that means this sign has been hung 3.2 meters above the ground.
Yeah.
Imagine. It must mean this overpass is 3.2 meters high.
I know what I don't know. No, I'm making fun. I had a great time.
You're making fun of the Germans.
And I got to tell you, I met the Bürgermeister, and I'm going back to Eisenhüttenstadt as soon as I'm anywhere near the Polish
I'll
border.
be with you. We'll be right back with Tom Hanks, everybody.
Wow, that was really funny. Every German, he thinks 140 is fast. What did I freaking say? I was able to drive 140 on the Autobahn. Germans, move! Tom Hanks gets nervous and shaky because he has never been faster. Germans, verpiss dich von der Spurs. Wow. That is funny, and that's always interesting. Even as an American, it's just interesting, especially considering how much I react to and learn about Germany. You know, hearing that another American's take on Germany. It's interesting. And you gotta love Tom Hanks and David Letterman. That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.